Hello, welcome to my channel, Colouring with Liv. So I want to start from my most recent progress and then going backwards. So recently I coloured in a couple of pages for Halloween, one I need to still finish. So that's from A Million Magical Creatures. So if we flip through to that page here, we have this one which I did with my Faber-Castell Polychromos. Really absolutely loved how that came out. I still feel like I need to learn a little bit more for the finishing touches, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. And then this one is using the Museum Aquarelle watercolor pencils, the basic set. So I've added some water to the girl and the background, but still I need to add some colour to the bricks and the kind of forest sunset background around that. I still haven't finished this page, but yeah, I also started adding some colour pencil on top to see how much difference that makes, because I've seen some other people do that in their colouring book. So that's that one. And then from March, I was working on A Million Mermaids. So I started in this one front to back. So when I got my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s, I practiced using that for the background, and I also had a Phoenix watercolor set that came free with my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, so I was testing out that watercolor set. And then I also got some white acrylic paint pens that I used here as well, which looks fab. Absolutely love how this came out. And then this one, I bought some metallic acrylic paints, just cheap ones from Amazon, just to have some metallics to work with. And then for the background I used the Neo Color 2s, as it was easy to spread the colour, so you can see that metallic shine there. And then this one was just acrylic, so I also got the Liquitex acrylics, just the basic set, and I just wanted to kind of use those basic colours just to see what those colours actually look like. And then I think for the shell I used the metallic paint. So again, this wasn't really done with any kind of shading. And then I moved it back onto the watercolour. I think this was done with a mix of the watercolour thing. No, I think it was just Phoenix watercolours. The whole thing was Phoenix watercolours. I love how the light shines through the sea on that bit, so I was starting to think about lighting here. And then this one was used with Crayola markers, because I got the 100 set, so I wanted to see what those colours look like. It was good for some little bits, but not the whole page using just Crayolas, because the colours are just too dark, and yeah, it just doesn't look good. I prefer alcohol based markers, but then that would show through the page, and this does not go through the page at all. So then I started with my Crayolas, just using it for this bit here with the tail of the mermaid, and then with the colour pencils trying to practice like a burnishing effect on the hair. And then here I use the Crayola just for the sea and the seashells, and then I use the Phoenix watercolours for the background, kind of creating a sunset effect. And then even with the black leaves, that was also watercolour as well. And I think that's it for that one. And then we'll move on to Millie Marotta's Tropical Wonderland. So for this one, I did ages ago. So this was using Distress inks, and I love how these colours just shine through. Love this set, the pinks, the turquoise, the green. It's just such vivid colours, similar to the Museum Aquarelle in a way with the Distress inks, because I thought I could use them for dual purpose, for stamping and colouring. And I ripped it out because I used some of the birds in one of my planners for my bullet journal, or happy planner. It's a happy planner. And this one I used just pencils, and this was using the cheap Faber-Castells, so just the standard ones that you get for school kids, and that was it with that. But I kind of felt like I needed to press a little more hard. I think I messed up on the colours at the top a little bit, but I loved how this came out on just kind of using more basic colours, and this bit as well. This is a complete mess. I don't know what that is. That was just me messing around, and this is also me messing around. So the background is the Museum Aquarelle watercolour pencils for the background. So you can see the blending doesn't feel that smooth. Maybe I used too small of a brush. So yeah, and then I think it was just testing out the Crayola different colours. So I had some pastels, and I was just playing around with that. This one I used Monty alcohol markers, so they're similar to the markers. And then the background was using watercolour. I think it was the Koi watercolour set. And then when I got my Faber-Castells, I just went over this was shading, and yeah, just to start from somewhere to see how far I can press down using those polychromos, because I was scared to use them. But the first page that I did, I think it's somewhere in here. This is actually the first page that I did using the polychromos. And this was just using cheap pencils here. So I thought they were too light at first compared to this one, but now I kind of understand that's the whole purpose of them, blending purposes. That's how it's supposed to be. This was also using the Distress inks, the same as those birds, and I really loved how this one came out. And then I started doing the quick background using watercolour, I think the Distress inks again, and then I think I have a mix of the Phoenix watercolour set as well as my Museum Aquarelle, because the blue here the blue and green looks more like the ones from the Museum Aquarelle, whereas I think the rest of it might be the Phoenix watercolour set. Can't remember now. Yeah. And then this was using the basic Faber-Castell set, so I just took some basic colours with me to travel with. That's all I could take in my luggage, I couldn't take that much. So yeah, so this was my in-between stage of not having a lot, just having my colouring book and a tin of pencils. And I was listening to this book about alien cockroaches, so this was perfect for that. And I think that's it for that one. And then I just did some testing on the back, which is always good to do. Yeah, so that's it. Alright, see you later. Bye.